Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Today with us, we have Mr. Manish Barot, Head of Technical Sales and Business Development at TechFab India Industries Limited. He has done completed Masters of Engineering in Civil in Geotechnical Engineering. He has diversified experience of close to 3 decades in civil engineering, out of which 14 years were dedicated towards innovation field of geotechnical engineering. He has also worked as a design engineer in multinational companies for various countries like France, UK, USA, Australia, India, etc. I would like to welcome Sir on behalf of Parul University to share his knowledge on the topic entitled Application of Geosynthetics on the Civil Engineering. So you can start.
Yeah, thank you, Anshika, and welcome to all the teachers and students who are attending this webinar. So today, the topic of webinar is application of geosynthetic in civil engineering. So I think all of know that there are so many natural resources now day by day is decreasing. Okay, and the cost of the projects by using the conventional method is also increasing. So as an alternative, geosynthetic is the product which can be used for different infrastructure projects for roads, railways, reservoirs, and so many civil engineering applications where you can use the geosynthetic for a various functions and various applications. So today we are just focusing first on types of geosynthetic and what is the functions of geosynthetic and some of the applications and some case studies. So to give the brief about the geosynthetic industries, because for each application we can do a separate presentation, because the all geosynthetics now also come with the different design aspects, different Indian standards, international standards, codes. But at present we are doing just brief introduction to geosynthetic in a civil engineering. Maybe it is possible that some of you know the products in a detail, but for the new generation and new students, I am presenting from the stretch for a geosynthetic. Also, I want to convey that if you have any questions, you can write it down and we will, and we can discuss it the later, or you can write me on my email ID, and I will happy to answer that all your questions. So we'll start with the geosynthetic. You hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, I thought, okay, fine. So geosynthetics, types, functions, and applications. So geosynthetic is a generic term, and there are a number of different products come into the geosynthetic family. As per the ASTM, the definition of geosynthetic is a planar product manufactured from polymeric material used with soil, rock, earth, or any other geotechnical engineering related material as an integral part of a man-made project, structure, or a system. It is called a geosynthetic. So the material used in the manufacture of geosynthetics are almost entirely from the plastic industries. That is, they are primarily polymers, although rubber, fiberglass, and natural materials also sometimes used. So basically, it is not as plastic, but it is a polyester, polymer, polypropylene, high density polyethylene. So this type of different polymer is used to manufacture the different geosynthetic products as per their usage and their functions. So basic definitions are geotextiles, geogrids, geonets, geomat, geocell, geomembrane, asphalt interlayer composite, geocomposite clay liner called GCL, and geocomposite for drainage. It's called drainage composite. So major, this are the family of geosynthetic which can be used for different civil engineering applications. So just want to highlight here regarding geosynthetic term and major function. The geosynthetic is a permeable and impermeable. And if you want both the things combined together with strength and permeable or strength and impermeable, in that case, we have a geocomposite, which is the combination of two different geosynthetics. So permeable, generally geotextile and geogrids are permeable, and impermeable, you know, that is a waterproofing sheet, which can be called a geomembrane, and it can be manufactured by thermoplastic, elastometric, bituminous, or a geoclay liner. And the difference is a permeable liner is, geotextile and geogrid. Geotextile again bifurcating between woven, non-woven, knitted. Similarly, geogrid also woven, knitted, extruded, stretched, and welded. So one by one will show you. So suppose classification of geotextile. Geotextile is a non-woven geotextile and a woven geotextile. So I will show the picture of actual product. If you can see, so this is a non-woven geotextile. Can anyone see this? Vanshika, you are able to see this photo in my hand? Hello. Hello. Vanshika, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am showing you some
Yes, sir,
product.
you're visible. Yes, sir, you're visible. Yes.
Yeah, so this is actually a woven geotextile. You can see the texture, and this is a non-woven geotextile. Okay, so I will show how the manufacturing process is. A planar and essentially random textile structure produced by a bonding, interlocking of fiber or both, mechanically and chemically or thermally bonded, is a combination of the geotextile. Though non-woven geotextile major bonding process are needle punching or a heat bonding. So this is the microscopic views of the non-woven geotextile. You can see the fibers are unevenly distributed, while in a woven textile, it is in a proper way. I will show this is a non-woven geotextile microscopic pictures. Okay, this is a non-woven geotextile needle punch. What I show you in my hand, that is the non-woven geotextile needle punch. If it is a heat bonded, then this is the microscopic view of the fibers. Non-woven geotextile is used for geosynthetic protection work of geomembrane, then drainage work, filtration application in the pavement, and or in the reservoir or a road works or a canal works. Woven geotextile, what I show you earlier, that a planar textile structure produced by interlacing by two or more sets of elements such as yarns, fibers, rovings, or filaments. Okay, so there are two different types of weaving procedure, warp yarn, weft yarn. So warp yarn means parallel to the direction of production, and weft yarn is a perpendicular to the warp yarns. So generally warp yarns allowed to get a regular and small size opening. Here the opening of the textile is a uniform, while in a non-woven case it is a not uniform, because it is a fibers are arranged in a different way, while in textile, woven textile, it is a machine made weaving procedure. You can see woven geotextile, monofilament, tape type structures, DOS type structure. So it is a pattern is somewhat defined before manufacturing. So that machine follow the same pattern. So this is a microscopic view of the woven geotextile. You can see our clothes, what we are wearing, that textile is a woven fabrics, but it is a technical textile, so it's called a geotextile. So this is a knitted structure of the geotextile in a microscopic view. This is a polyester woven fabric, tape woven fabric. So this is a microscopic view. because you cannot see with your bare eyes. So this is the microscopic view. So woven geotextile are generally used for consolidation on soft soils. Marine work means you can prepare the geotube and geobags with this product. Then temporary reinforced structures can be constructed using woven geotextile. Because in non-woven, the tensile strength is less compared to the woven geotextile. So wherever you require the strength also, you have to go for the woven geotextiles. Then geogrid. So geogrid is a deformed, non-deformed grid like a polymer material formed by intersecting reefs joined at the junction. Deformed means this is the geogrid. You can see it is a flexible geogrid. There is a flexible geogrid means it can deform in any shape. And other is a non-deformed geogrid means this type of geogrid. This type of geogrid which is a stiff. So this is a stiff geogrid. And this is a deformed one, soft geogrid. So both geogrids have different functions, and it is the one, this is extruded, this one is extruded geogrid, and this one is a woven geogrid. And bonded geogrid means this type of straps will come, that was a bonded geogrid. So open structure, geogrid means open structure, high tensile strength, monodirectional or bidirectional. You for small strength requirement, you can use geotextile as a reinforcement also. But when your requirement of tensile strength is more than 50 kilonewton, 100 kilonewton for the reinforced soil structures or different application like stabilization, soil stabilization, ground improvement, then you require a higher strength of geosynthetic. So that's why geogrid can be manufactured for 20 kilonewton to 1300 kilonewton per meter strength. So for higher strength, you require the geogrid. You cannot use geotextile for a higher strength. So extruded geogrid's definition, they are a flat structure in polymer, usually high density polyethylene or a polypropylene, that are extruded and then pulled. This may be done in one direction, mono-oriented geogrid, or in a two main direction, bi-oriented geogrid. Mono-oriented geogrid means the main or a tensile strength, higher tensile strength in a one direction only. If you go for a bi-oriented, then tensile strength is same on the both direction. So you can see this is a mono-oriented geogrid and this is a bi-oriented geogrid. So generally mono-oriented geogrid can be used for reinforced structure where you require the tensile strength in a one direction. But if you are going for the soil stabilization for a pavement or a ground improvement, there you can require the tensile strength in the both direction. So you have to go for a bi-oriented geogrid. Then there is a woven geogrid. They are also a flat structure in the shape of a net made of a high module synthetic fiber that may also be coated with a further protection layer. This is true in synthetic material, usually PVC or polymer. So here, if you can see the close-up view of this product, here there is a fibers inside the geogrid. Okay, there is a fibers inside the geogrid. So first, during manufacturing process, first the fiber is manufactured, and this black color is the PVC or a polymer coating for the geogrid. So strength can be achieved by using the number of fibers, and polymer coating is for the protection of that fiber. So you can see this white says is the fibers and the black is the cover to protect the fibers. Again, the bonded geogrid means they are a flat structure where two or more series of strips elements made of polyester coated with polyethylene or linked at a regular intervals by means of bonding. So you can see the different strips are bonded together to achieve the shape and achieve the strength. So these are bonded geogrid. Then there is the coated PET geogrid. You can see the bituminous coating or a polymer coating can be done above the fibers. So this is the photograph of welded geogrid. Then punch hole in a PE liner. So extruded geogrid is prepared or manufactured by this type of complete sheet. They are punched together and then it is stretched. If you require a mono-oriented uniaxial geogrid, then it is punched in a stretch in a one direction. And if you go for a biaxial geogrid, then it is stretched in a two directional. See, this is the stretch. So these are the first it is punched and then it is stretched to prepare the geogrid. So this is the extruded geogrid. Geogrid can be used for capping of a pile embankment for a uniform distributed load, then for a steep slopes and reinforced soil walls and reinforced soil slope, consolidation process to make it faster over soft soil. So ground improvement, basically you can say, and proper load distribution. Then comes the geomembrane. Geomembrane is a sheet with a thickness of 0.5 to 2.5 mm, produced with different method, calendaring, extrusion, spreading, and featured by a very small permeability coefficient. So this product can be of LDPE, HDPE, PVC or PP. And elastometric geomembranes are sheets made with a non-vulcanized polymer. Basically, this product is used for canal lining, reservoir lining, pond lining, or in a landfill where you require complete impermeable solution. In case of a landfill, if you want that your leachate will not pass through the other layer or it will not contaminate your ground, then you require to go for the geomembrane as an impermeable liner. Similar way, canal and reservoir also to reduce the loss of water storage, it should be lined with the impermeable liner. So this is the how geomembrane is manufactured. You can see this is a production of geomembrane with a bubble technology. It's a very huge machinery. You can say this person is standing on the machine, and it is 7 to 8 meter high structure where without any joint, the geomembrane is produced in 8 meter width, 7 meter width, and of 100 meter roll, 200 meter rolls. So this is called a bubble technology. Calendaring method of manufacturing for a geomembrane in a sheet form. Then this is a thickness control of geomembrane. If you require 0.5, 1 mm, 1.5 mm, that should be controlled by this different roller and this arrangement. Then for slope, you also sometimes require a structured geomembrane. One side of this geomembrane is rough, okay? Because when you are installing this geomembrane on a slope, it will tend to slide actually by its own weight. So if the one side of surface is rough, then it will create a good friction between the soil and the geomembrane. So structure surface for improved anchorage to the soil. That's why this type of geomembrane is used. Generally, this type of geomembrane is more costly compared to the smooth geomembrane. So geomembrane can be used for temporary cover of waste in landfill or for permanent lining also for this type of lagoons, landfills and water pond, etc. Then one more product comes in a geocomposite, means two different geomembrane product is combined here. So geocomposite liner is a factory manufactured hydraulic barrier typically consisting of bentonite clay or other very low permeability material. Just a minute. So geosynthetic clay liner is a if you know about bentonite clay is manufactured between two geotextile. It's called the geocell. So you can see these are bentonite sheets and these are the two non-woven geotextile. So this product work like I can show you that when the bentonite powder is come into the contact with the water, it will expand, okay, and it will create an impermeable liner. So for reservoir, landfills, wherever you require a good impermeability, it is better to go for this GCL. This is a geosynthetic clay liner, and it is a self-adhesive technique. Means if by any means the GCL is punctured, then the powder between the geosynthetic clay liner, it will seize by itself. So impermeable is guaranteed in this type of product. So you can see the actual product used for lagoons and reservoirs and canal linings. So a geosynthetic consists of GeoNet. A geosynthetic consists of integrally connected parallel sets of ribs overlying similar sets of various angles is GeoNet. The function of GeoNet is to for a drainage function. It will allow water to pass through. So generally GeoNet is sometimes used alone also between two layer of geotextile, or it will come in by the manufacturing itself. So I will show you the picture. This is the GeoNet. You can see in my hand. This is the geotextile, non-woven geotextile, and this is the GeoNet. So this combined product is called a drainage composite. Okay, it will work for a drainage. But if you are using this net alone for any, or suppose if you have a concrete wall, and behind concrete wall you are using this net and only geotextile, then it will allow the water. So it is a spacer. You can say it is a spacer which can allow the water. So main function is of drainage of a GeoNet. So these are the different dimension, different type of mesh is coming: diamond mesh, triplanar, flat bottom, and longitudinal ribs. These are the different methodology by the manufacturer. Then geomats. Geomats can be used for slopes along with the bank of canal and river courses. These are again a 10 to 20 mm thick, high porosity geosynthetic material tangled together for a deformable layer. So these are the photographs of the erosion control mat, geomat. You can see that can be used for slope. Here, after laying this geomat, you have to go for the vegetative seeds, and it will protect the slope in a better manner. The whatever I show you, that drainage composite, this is the application of drainage composite for behind the retaining walls or landfill application or a house construction. You can use the drainage composite. See, this is a photograph of drainage composite. You can see drainage, filter, and sealing. Drainage composites of a triplanar, non-woven geotextile, two types of non-woven geotextile in between the net. So these are the different drainage composite photographs here. And here it is showing the thickness, different thickness of drainage composite. And you can see this net. These are the drainage composite. You can see the strength of the net. So it is a very high tensile strength of this net. It cannot be easily compressed, because if it is compressed, then your water will not pass. So this product is manufactured in a very high compressive strength, so it will not compress easily. Then again, a very good product nowadays from last couple of years is GeoCell. GeoCell is a three-dimensional structure filled with the soil, thereby forming a mattress. Show the photograph. Stability when used for loose or compressible surface. This product is generally used by confining effect of the locally available material. You can see this is a geocell. Hope you will all can see this geocell. Okay, this is the geocell. The function is to hold the soil or other loose material in a place to prevent the superficial soil from slipping on the slopes, as well as it is used for the ground improvement. I will show some of the case studies where you will get a good idea of this product. So you can see this is a picture of geocell where the road is constructed in a poor soil. So each cell is confined this GSB material in a very well manner. Okay, so the strength of your road is increased like anything. Okay, it is somewhat costlier product, but wherever the loose soil or soft soil problem is there, it's a very good product. And now MORTH means Ministry of Road Transportation, Indian Road Congress also has given the permission to use this type of products. So I can give a separate presentation on geocell itself because there are so many functions of this product can be used in a different way for civil engineering applications. So basically, application of geosynthetic means reservoirs, landfills, solid waste, canals, roads, railways, retaining walls, erosion protection, internal application, drainage composite. So here it is not only road rail means road rails means there are so many layers comes in the road. So different product, different application, different function. So functions wise, how this geosynthetic can be used. So in next slide, I will show you. This is the functions wise geosynthetic. Means if you want for a separation, two different types of soil or two different types of materials you want to separate, then geotextile is the best product. And this TechGeo is our brand name, TechGeo. Then again drainage, then GeoNet or a geocomposite. For filtration, again geotextile and geocomposite. For reinforcement, GeoGrid. Then moisture or liquid barrier, geomembrane. And cushion effect, geotextile. For ground improvement, confinement, geocell. So these are the product defined here based on the functions of the required applications. So you can see this picture is also as per the table given in Indian Road Congress IRC SP 59 recently published in 2019, where functions of geosynthetic shown for the road application, how we can avoid such failures. Means if you have a different failure problems, you can, for each application, each functions, there are suppose separation non-woven geotextile, drainage composite, filtration non-woven geotextile, what already I show you in the earlier slides. So basically here we are just to give a brief idea about application. I cannot go for all the different civil engineering applications. So here I have selected one complete application of road. Suppose application of geosynthetic in road projects. So what can be done in a road project with the geosynthetics? So cost-effective solution with all collateral provision and use as an alternative to conventional system. These are the different functions where you can use geosynthetic in a road projects. Subgrade separation, ground improvement, subsurface drainage in pavement, base stabilization, overlay stress absorption, surface erosion control of road embankment, and reinforced soil structures. So comparison based on application of geosynthetic in road, separation and filtration generally in conventional system, earlier it is used well-graded sand layer. While in geosynthetic solution, it's a non-woven geotextile. Tentative cost saving 15 to 20%. Ground improvement, soil replacement, gravel filling or a chemical stabilization was the conventional solution. Now it is with the help of geocell, you can easily save the 30 to 40% of that application cost or a project cost. Subsurface drainage, well-graded aggregate was used earlier. It can be replaced now with the drainage composite. Here also, the tentative cost saving is 15 to 25%. Similarly, for overlay stabilization, frequent overlay of the road or a pavement bituminous layer, here you can use asphalt interlayer composite with reduced overlay, where again you can reduce the 20 to 30% in the maintenance costs. Similarly, surface erosion control for stone by stone pitching in a conventional manner or by concrete lining, while again you can use here a geocell. For retaining wall, RCC retaining wall, and that is a Gabion retaining wall or Gabion fascia reinforced wall structure. It is a different from the geosynthetic, but you can also go in a, now it is also considered in the geosynthetic industries. So separation and filtration, you can see the pictorial view, and this photograph below is of the Vadodara Mumbai Expressway, okay, which is passing through our that Sevasi area, and this is the photograph of that location only. So I will show one by one case studies also after this. So this is a separation and filtration where you have a bad quality of soil, clayey soil is there. And if you want to separate that soil with a good quality soil, because if you are not providing the separation layer, the intermixing of this type of these two soils will started after loading will start on the road, and it will create the potholes, and you will not get the good property of soil. You cannot use this good quality soil if you are not separating, because ultimately the soil intermix with the poor soil and it will lose its original good properties. So it is always better to go the separator layer when you are using good soil over a bad soil. So Vadodara Keem Express is a part of the Vadodara Mumbai Expressway, National Highway Authority of India. L&T is the contractor, and we have used Tech Geo non-woven geotextile here. So this is the photograph of that project. Okay. So see, this is the case study of a separation and filtration layer. Why they are using soft clay in existing subgrade? Possibility of intermixing the granular layer above which deteriorate the strength of granular layer. Hence, need for a separation and filtration layer. XGO non-woven geotextile meets the requirement of MORTS 700 as per the specification in MORTS 700. So you can see this is the actual soil photograph, and they use the non-woven geotextile. See, this is the overlapping of non-woven geotextile. Above that, they are putting granular material. Then for ground improvement, Texcel geocell. So you can see here the load transfer in a very well manner compared to conventional granular fill. So lateral confinement effect of each cell will give the load transfer in a larger area, wider area. So it will minimize the pressure on the existing poor ground. So nullify the lateral pressure by each cell. So I will show you a very good case studies. Development of integrated centralized parking zone for a parking of big tractors and trailers at JNPT area, Navi Mumbai, where we have used around 1.8 lakh square meter of TechFab geocell, PP biaxial geogrid, and non-woven geotextile. Why these three products is used at a time? Because here very heavy loading are expecting, and it is a marine clay, very soft soil is there. CBR is less than 1 and 2. Okay, so proper ground improvement is required to sustain the project. So their earlier paving is uphilling like this, and we have given this type of cross section where you can see muram filling. Above that there is 100 mm WBM, then geocell, geogrid layers, and finally they are using 100 mm thick concrete paver block for this parking area. The huge parking area, you can see this is a very huge parking area, okay, where we use the geocell for ground improvement. So you can see the fully loaded container. Now base sub-base stabilization by using PP biaxial geogrid. The unique structure allows the grid to get a good grip on the aggregate particles and result in an effective mechanical interlocking. So this geogrid is manufactured by 38 by 38 or 60 by 60 dimensions. You can see in my hand. So granular material is interlocked in this grid, and here the junction efficiency, junction strength is very high. You can see the junction of this square box. So you get the unique shape of the geogrid ribs confine the aggregate particle due to its high stiffness, and the strength at the corner junctions like a rack confine the billiard balls. Okay, so this is the very high stiff geogrid used for the base and sub-base stabilization. Again, for a Amravati project of World Bank, we have used 250,000 square meter of PP biaxial geogrid with the non-woven geotextile. So here, project site is mostly with clay and high plasticity, having soft CBR of 2 and swelling index is 200%. In semi-arid climatic condition, pronounced short wet and long drive condition, which aggravate the problem of swelling and shrinkage. So to counter the uplift swelling pressure and improve the subgrade condition, PP biaxial geogrid was used and non-woven geotextile as a separation layer. So you can see this is the actual existing site condition. So they have first leveled the ground and put some good soil cover. Above that, they have used the non-woven geotextile and PP biaxial geogrid. So you can see there is the non-woven geogrid with the GSB layer. Then one more product is a drainage composite for the pavement, road pavement. So subsurface drainage, wherever there is a possibility of water coming from the ground or from the side, drainage composite can be used for the pavement. In conventional way, they are using GSB material, loose GSB material as a drainage function. But now this is a unique solution and advanced solution by using a drainage composite. Because if you are going for a GSB layer or a granular layer, you require 150 to 200 mm of thickness of GSB layer, which is a very costly product nowadays, which is material. While if you are using a drainage composite of 5 mm thickness or 7 mm thickness, the thickness of your road also decrease. You will get the strength as well. You will get the unique uniform strength and uniform permeability. Because if in any case GSB material is not properly used by the contractor, okay, if you are suggesting 150 mm as per design and they are using 100 mm, then again the purpose of drainage will not solve. But drainage composite is a manufactured product, so the quality of the product you can ensure as it is the manufactured product, factory manufactured product. So this is again in Tripura project we have used, and this is a project of National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation, NHIDCL, where we use 2 lakh square meter of drainage composite. So you again see this is a subsurface drainage preparation of bed for installing the drainage composite, and then drainage composite is installed. So this is a completed project. Overlay stabilization. So whenever if you are observing on the road, there are a old layer of where there is lots of cracks on the road, and generally contractor, corporation or department they will do? They will overlay the new carpet above that layer. Okay, but once the time passes and loading comes, generally the same cracks will propagate in the above new layer also. So to stop that propagation of reflective crack, one product called asphalt interlayer composite can be used, okay, where there is a non-woven geotextile combined with the fiber. You can see this product of AIC 100, that is the sample in my hand. the glass fiber embedded in the non-woven geotextile. So this will not allow your reflective cracking of below layer into the new layer. So that also again we have used in Agra Jaipur Road for National Highway project. See, this is the bottom up cracking causing frequent maintenance. So we used this non-woven asphalt interlayer composite AIC, and then we done the carpeting. So you can see this is a completed road. Then for slope erosion control also geocell can be used. This is the project of our Gujarat Kutch, where the client is Central Pollution Control Board and contractor is Saurashtra Enviro, where we have used geocell on geotextile. So you can see there is an installation of geocell. You can also use geocell with vegetative soil. You can also use concrete to fill the geocell, or you remove the non-woven geotextile and you can use for a vegetative soil also. So vegetative soil will generate the grass over this geocell, and geocell will confine the slope. So due to heavy rain, if it is a heavy rain zone, then also your slope will not damage due to confinement of geocell. Then again one project with GeoGrid. This is I will show you this case study only for the GeoGrid. It's a Gabion fascia reinforced soil structure where we have used the polyester GeoGrid to reinforce the wall. Here again, this is a very good project, river training work for Navi Mumbai International Airport, where we have used this Gabion retaining wall for river diversion. Okay, so you can see this is the river before construction, and this is the Gabion fascia reinforced soil wall. If you know near Baroda also Sindh Road, when we are passing through the Sindh Road, there is around 1.7 kilometer of Gabion reinforced soil wall, which was also designed by me in 2010. Okay, so that is also a Gabion reinforced soil wall in a to elevate the road near the Sindh Road village, because during the heavy flood, always that road is flooded with the water, and every year 3 to 4 days that road communication is closed. But from 2011, after the construction of bridge, the traffic is very smooth and there is no stoppage of transportation. So you can see this is a polyester GeoGrid for reinforcement of soil. So this is after construction of wall, and you can see the water in the river after monsoon. This is a rolling compaction of final layer. So here we can conclude with the conclusion note that geosynthetic solutions are technically superior and economical compared to the conventional in road construction and all civil engineering applications. These geosynthetic materials comply to initiatives of MoRTH and NHAI towards the minimizing use of natural aggregate and reducing the carbon footprint in case of we are using a cement or any other materials. The design methodologies and material specification are included in the IRC, MoRTH and different standards. The product is also in the SORs. Now TechFab geosynthetic material have been certified by IITs, BITRA, CE marking, BIS marking, NTPEP and NABL guideline. TechFab India complying to Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India initiative goal with highest manufacturing capacity in order to supply huge quantities in short period of time as per the project requirements. Our all factories are ISO 9001:2015 quality certification for its manufacturing and NABL GuideLab certification. Engineering and techno-commercial assistance to all stakeholders, right from inspection of the project to its completion to maximize their project information, project returns. So just to give an idea about all our product range is Tech Geo, Tech Grid based GeoGrid, Tech Glass, Tech Strap, Tech Tube. So these are our brand name TechFab. So we are in India, only TechFab India is one of the manufacturer who manufacture all the geosynthetic product under one roof. Okay, otherwise some people are manufacturing GeoGrid, some are geotextile, but TechFab is the only manufacturing factory who are manufacturing all the product in Gujarat. There are 7 different plants in Silvassa, Daman, Vapi, Karajgaon, where we are manufacturing full range of geosynthetic products. We have our own testing facilities for creep, elongation, connection strength, tensile strength, installation damage, durability, and all our product are certified by DBA CE marking. And all our product are also third party tested by BITRA, TRI USA, IIT Madras, BICS UK, IIT Delhi, as per the standards. This is the photograph of our own lab in Daman. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Vanshika, I think I have finished in 15 minutes earlier.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I intend that someone asked me a question, so I have kept my presentation for 45 minutes.
Yes,
So
sir.
is
Sir,
there any
actually,
question answer session, or we can ask in a later stage?
Sir, actually, this link is only for the faculties, and it is a Facebook Live for the students and the other faculties. So if they
Okay.
will be having questions, they will be commenting there, or they will be might sending it on your mail, or they might be contacting me. So if they are
Fine,
contacting me, I will be surely contacting you once again.
Yeah. So you can share my mobile number and email to everyone who has participated. And if anyone has a question, they can directly come to me. There is no issue.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah, and hope it is well organized. If you have any problem or if you face any
No,
problem,
sir.
let me know.
Sir, is it possible that you will share your PPT with me in a PDF format?
Yes, definitely. We'll share. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you have any questions in your forum anywhere, you can note it down and you will email me. I will happy to give answer to all. Okay. And
Yes,
thanks. Tell Lalit sir, thank you very much from my side. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And for any other master's or any specific requirement of like a ground improvement or a soil reinforcement or reinforced soil wall, you
Yes,
can
sir.
let me know so we can arrange. This is a very basic presentation I have shared.
Sure, sir. For
For-
masters, I will contact sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.